China's leader was a communist, reasserted his authority in 1966. His name was Mao Zedong, and he wanted to right some wrongs. In 1911, they overthrew the Qing dynasty. There was a revolution that changed history. It marked the end of the imperial system and ended the Confucian value system. After the revolution, there was a new style. Women stopped binding their feet like they did for a while. Some people of the revolution were not thrilled because 1.5 million people were killed. The effects of this are sure not to last because people are losing faith in the government real fast. Near the end of the war, friction had arisen, for Chinese politics was on two sides. Deng Xiaoping gained power like many feared, and he maintained control for 20 years. The Opium Wars came in a pair of two, and the 19th century conflicts between China and Britain grew. It all began when China put down its foot and attempted to stop opium and millions from getting hooked. Opium, a highly dangerous drug, sometimes used as medicine, and it's addictive. By the 1830s, millions were hooked. This was a large-scale addiction for many history books. England wanted porcelain and tea for soaking, but the Chinese didn't want to trade goods for smoking. The British adopted a different solution. Rather than give China its silver, used opium as a substitution and imported it in China even though it wasn't an option. But it was still done due to the work of corrupted Chinese officials. Now, you may be asking how this led to a fight. It was because the Chinese government made rules real tight and ordered the seizure of opium everywhere and British merchants from Canton, though. That's not fair. This port was not the only place they were allowed to trade, and people were angry, and problems were made. This led to the British naval fleet to attack. However, China was not going to take any of that, and after many defeats, China reluctantly signed a peace treaty that forced China to pay large fines and open up 5 more ports for trade, and not long after, they gave Britain a 99-year lease on the island of Hong Kong, and they thought the British citizens were all right, so in China they gave them special legal rights. In the 1900s, there was a Boxer uprising, which to many at the time wasn't very surprising. Some Chinese groups were protesting the West, and Japanese influence in China that caused unrest. The rebels seized the capital of Beijing and wouldn't leave till the world was listening. Finally, the rebellion ended in 1901, but China had to pay back money, which was no fun. At the end of the rebellion, the rebels had to fall, and China had to sign the Boxer Protocol. After the uprising, China had to swear that they wouldn't import arms from anywhere. The Boxer Rebellion weakened the Qing dynasty, and when it ended, it changed history. After Mao's life had ended, many reforms were implemented, and then economic system changed, you see, because China shifted to a market-based economy, which led to China making lots of bank, and now their economy is second in rank. They play a major role in the world today as a result of the events of yesterday. For example, the Opium Wars made trading less of a chore. As a result of these wars, there were 2 treaties made. The treaties of Nanjing allowed for more trade. Specifically, after this, you see, China was able to begin to export silk and tea. As well, China learned ideas from the West and set up a foreign military, which is the best. The Boxer Rebellion ended with a plan, and as a result, the People's Republic of China began. Missionaries also stopped trying, and Western powers stopped colonizing.